And now, The Bonfire with Big Jay Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Oh, yeah. Just like that, Flavor Flav. What's up, campers? It is The Bonfire. We are live on is it Wednesday, Lou? We're going to go with Wednesday. Big Jay Oakerson. It's Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. Dan Soder gallivanting out west. I believe in Portland or Seattle. He's knocking dick around one of those cities waiting for the next gig. I know that, but that's cool because it's a hostile Legion of Skanks takeover in here today. Shit. That's right, because sitting in with me, the Puerto Rican rattlesnake himself, the real-ass dude, the Joan Jett of MMA radio.
Comedy, come on,
A Joan Jett of comedy, the Howard Stern of MMA radio.
No, forget it, man. You know, Jay...
Louis Jay Gomez.
We practiced it. Hold on, I do like the applause. We practiced this 6 times, Jay. You nailed it every single time. You get nervous as soon as we're on the air.
It's that red light just lets me know people are listening. Oh, my God, people are hearing us out there. I'll do it again. The Puerto Rican rattlesnake, the real-ass dude, the Joan Jett of comedy, the Howard Stern of MMA. Radio. And the honorary Grand Marshal of the Women's March, Louis J. Gomez, everybody.
The Grand Wizard of the Women's March. They named me Grand Wizard of Women.
The Grand Wizard of the Women's Clan.
Yeah, I don't know what Grand Wizard means. I just think it has to do with magic.
You are a Grand Wizard. Shh. Don't say that.
I was thinking about this. I feel like any magical power that a man would have, he would just always use it for rape.
Just rape?
Like any superpower you could think of.
That's what invisibility seems to be only used for.
Of course.
That was Hollow Man, right? Hollow Man raped.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, Kevin Bacon's Hollow Man.
Yeah.
That's what he did. He raped a chick.
Yeah, but I feel like literally almost anything else. What are the other superpowers?
I thought about, when I was younger, I thought about like see-through vision, so you could see into a woman's locker room.
Let me rephrase. Mm-hmm. For rapey activities.
Creepy shit. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
and money. We'd steal money too, but in the midst of me like sneaking into a safe, I'm probably gonna finger bang a chick.
Yeah, on the way in. The only reason I don't own a drone is because it's so illegal to look in people's windows with them. That's all I want to do is look in women's windows with drone camera.
Why else would anybody own a drone? Meanwhile, Trump just murdered like 40,000 people with drones.
I mean, that's the only reason I ever want to have a drone. But you get in so much trouble for that.
Yeah.
Just looking at windows with a drone.
First of all, have you ever tried to control a drone?
I know you did once, and you lost it forever.
You should be able. The prize for being able to control a drone is being able to look in women's windows.
That should be. If you can control enough to look in someone's window, then you should be able to look in their window.
You keep the video.
Yeah, you should.
Because you have to be a goddamn jet pilot to control a drone. It's crazy.
Oh man, the best drone story I know is when I was in the show. When I was in the show Z-Rock.
Yeah.
You remember those guys, the Z brothers? David Z. It became like actual pretty big news in New York. New York Post talked about it. He flew a drone around New York, around the buildings, hit a building, and came crashing down to the ground. Almost hit somebody. Like he was actually in a little bit of trouble for a minute. I think about it. But when they found it and they recovered like the camera that's on it, of course, like the video's so like. I think you could watch the video actually, Christine, if you could bring that up. It's great, like right in the beginning of the video, it goes, "Oh man, this is gonna be so fun. Check this out." And then it just like turns and looks at his face, like he puts himself so in like the line of fire. You can't even hide it. It's just kind of like, I can't wait to fly this drone around the city illegally.
Yeah, that's.
I don't think you can fly them in the city at all.
You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to have them. You got to bring them to like big open areas. But we got a bunch of them for Legion of Skanks. A dude sent us like 4 miniature drones. And I just spent 3 hours trying to learn how to use it, and I just gave up.
Why do I not have one?
I don't know. I think we gave it away to a fan.
You just gave mine away?
You were out of town that week.
So I don't get my drone?
You could have my drone that's been sitting in a box that I never use.
How big is it?
It's like miniature. It's like a little tiny one. It's cute.
Yeah? No camera, nothing like that. It's just to fly around.
You could attach a camera to it.
Will it carry it?
I think so.
I'd worry about it being able to carry it.
Yeah. Jay, you're just going to go to jail with this drone.
I shouldn't do it.
This whole conversation started with you said, I shouldn't have a drone. I'm just going to do illegal shit with it. And now it's turning into, can I have your drone?
Can I have your drone? Can I put a camera on it? You think I can see puss?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I would use it for. Any other superpower? I never cared about heat vision. Didn't care about that one.
What's heat vision?
Superman.
Were you like murder people?
Superman had heat vision.
Oh, so he could like... Yeah, but he can control it, right?
Yes.
So he'd be like a little bit warm and I put it on her throat and I'm like, hey.
I'll turn this thing up a whole bunch if you don't show me some puss. Oh, is this the drone story with David?
Oh, shit. I just dropped an entire cup of coffee for the second time that it was on the
Holy
bonfire.
shit, dude. That's insane. That is insane, dude. That's nuts. An entire cup of coffee again. That's crazy. They kicked us out of our other studio because of that.
No, dude, I really spilled it. Dude, it was to the brim. I was like, oh, this is too much. No big deal. I'll sip it. I am so sorry.
Unreal.
I mean, it's so much that it won't even soak into the rug.
No, it's a pool. That's so much coffee.
It's a full 2 centimeters above the carpeting is coffee.
It's a deep pool.
Who's in the studio before us? Because I'm...
Now I smell coffee.
I'm sorry. Listen, who's in the studio before you?
Christine's taking tissue
John
paper.
Fugelsang.
Okay, let's blame Fugelsang.
Oh, that is more of a coffee show.
That's a great segment that you guys should do. Blame Fugelsang.
Blame Fugelsang?
Yeah.
The first time I ever came to the studio, they told us like we're getting our own studio. This is like ours. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be the Bonfire studio. Meanwhile, every time we've come in, Sirius XM Hits 1 banners are here. Fugelsang's picture and everything. When I walked in, Fugelsang gave me a tour like he was doing his MTV fucking Cribs on like letting us use his studio. It was infuriating.
Yeah, well, I just pegged a coffee up the ground.
Yeah, that'll show you Fugelsang. I mean, literally, he was like, this is my power strip, but, you know, you could use it. And, you know, trash cans or...
Yeah.
You can put whatever you want in the trash cans, really.
He's like, hey, that's cool. Just don't sit at that mic, because that one is the one that I like to use.
It's kind of my mic, and I have it set the way I like it set. Fucking Fugelsang.
He had a plan to put up curtains over there.
Yeah. He was going to really decorate this place up and not let us...
But there's no Bonfire swag on the walls.
Nothing. Just the one picture of me and Dan. Is this David Z's thing?
Yep.
Play this. This is so funny. Have you ever seen this before?
No.
This is so funny.
This is exclusive for ABC7.
Yeah, this is great. It's just like, it looks like it's not good evidence for a while, and then it's just kind of like, look at me.
Yeah.
Wow, it's very... Oh, shit.
What's
the future? The future is now.
How long ago was this?
A couple years now.
I mean, the fact that he had a drone... this is actually way more than this. Is like 4 or 5 years ago. I remember.
Well, you remember... Yeah, you remember David Z, though. He
bought toys and shit. He had a Predator suit.
Yeah, he had a full Predator suit. He did. Spent $5,000.
Shut up, Christine. That's fucking cool.
It's not cool, Christine.
It's cool,
You're
Jay.
right to laugh at that.
You're just mad because any Predator suit that you put on would look ridiculous.
It just wouldn't fit me. They don't make Predator suits in my size.
There's no fat predators, Jay. They wouldn't be predators. They would die if they can't predate. Predate?
I can't
What's the word?
I can't get up a tree.
Predate? What do predators do? What do predators do?
They prey. Yeah.
I don't know.
No. I don't know. This is a real long exclusive video that really has nothing happening. Oh, they don't have the thing where it looks at his face. He did it? Oh, go back. I just wanted to show it got so funny. Don't start from the beginning, please, God.
Well, that's the face.
Oh, it's him right there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I couldn't see. It was very dark. But yeah, hilarious. When you give yourself up on your own crime.
Yeah.
Robbing a bank and then writing like, Lewis was here.
You can't do it. You can't do it anymore. You can't commit like real crimes with the technology. It's changed the game. I think with the way that I think, like if I was around in like the 70s, I would be fucking robbing people left and right.
Oh, if you get away with something now, you've done a pretty stellar job because, especially the city, particularly New York City, when someone gets away with robbing a store or a bank or something in the city, it's amazing because every part of the city is on cameras on the streets.
Yeah.
Like they just can get them.
You just gotta shoot your way out until you're in New Jersey. And then you fucking move to the West Coast.
Just murder your way out. Yeah. Too much things like this, and now you're like, no witnesses.
Yeah, that's it.
And you have to murder people the whole way. I've never committed too big of a crime. Dude, I watched
What's the biggest crime you've committed?
I think shoplifting, probably.
That's it?
Oh, I mean, no, probably like having like weed on me.
That's less of a crime than shoplifting.
Oh, then shoplifting.
Yeah.
Wow, what's the biggest crime you've committed?
Let me think. Well, I conspired to rob a KFC. I don't know if that's the crime. Hold on. Let me say this.
Having an idea, too, I don't think is the...
No, it's not an idea, Jay. I was wearing... well, hold on. In the process of robbing the KFC, I stole a ski mask because I didn't want to be on camera buying a ski mask at my Bradley's. So...
How are your moral crimes of fucking spilling coffee all over the floor? Now you're making Merc face a grown man.
I really thought that Andy was going to bring me another coffee, too, but it's okay. It's not a big deal.
You cocksucker.
No, it's not a big... I mean, I just need... I need to wake up a little bit. I've been traveling a lot. It would be nice if I had another coffee, and I promise I won't spill this one.
There's no way you can make that promise.
I swear to God I won't. Jay, the chance of me spilling 2 coffees in one show...
The chance of you spilling coffee the 2 times you've been on the show is insane.
I know. So if you add the chance of me spilling even more coffee, it's nearly extra. It's impossible. It's like winning the lottery twice. It's not going to happen.
Okay. Go ahead. Your crime.
So I stole a ski mask. So I did, on my way to commit this crime, I was going to rob my local KFC for the Bonfire listeners that don't know, okay? Basically, I used to work at KFC, and I knew the process. Like, I knew how they closed up the KFC.
You also hated the guy.
I didn't hate the guy.
The guy who decked you in the face.
I didn't hate him for that. I got why he punched me.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was for jerking off in the bathroom during... lunch break or no?
No. The dinner shift, Jay.
You're right. It was actually, yes, it was the worst time.
I left the drive-thru of KFC to go have a masturbation session for a half an hour.
Yeah, you
during
really
the busiest time, and he punched me, and that's okay. I didn't hold it against him. We were even because I got to come. He punched me. We both got something out of it.
Right.
Okay. So, but here's the thing. I knew the process for how they took the money out at the end of the night, where they went. They had a little drop bag with a key that like opened it up, and they drop it off, and it was between $3,000 and $4,000. So I was going to go and rob him, and I had a screwdriver I was going to pretend was a gun. I got to the point where I'm outside of the KFC in the bushes with a ski mask on and a screwdriver in my pocket. If the cop showed up in that moment, I know that has to be a crime. I didn't actually do anything yet. I chickened out. I didn't rob him.
I don't think sitting in the bushes. But
in that moment, it has to be. I'm in a ski mask with a screwdriver in my pocket, and I told my friend who drove me that I was going to rob this KFC.
What if you were...
All the pieces...
What if you needed a screwdriver and you were wearing a ski mask because it was cold out?
It was freezing and...
Was it freezing?
I don't know. August. Hottest day of the year.
That's pretty funny. Yeah. It's sweltering hot. You're wearing a ski mask now. It looks suspicious for sure. I could see why they would stop you and ask you why you have a screwdriver in your pocket.
Also, holding the screwdriver like it's a gun.
I think you're wearing a ski mask and the cop goes, "What are you doing here, sir?" And you go, "Do you know where the double black diamond slope is?" I'm looking for the double black diamond slope. I'm here to fix the ski lift.
I feel like if the cops knew every variable there, like everything, including conspiring to rob the KFC with my buddy who was going to pick me up later, that would have to be some sort of crime.
Oh, you had a getaway driver prepared.
Yeah, he was going to meet me.
After you robbed it?
Yeah.
What if he wasn't there?
I would have just ran around.
You didn't wait for him to get there to do it.
He dropped me off.
Okay.
I was going to do it. He was going to pick me up in like 15 minutes, like somewhere else.
That's that dude was, that's a shithead, but he was definitely down.
Idiot.
Dumb.
Dumbest kid ever.
Dumb as shit.
Yeah. He's also got a kid now.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Dude, that blind leading the blind crime thing is the whole, I watched that documentary, Beware the Slender Man. Anybody see that yet on HBO? Yeah. You see it, Lou?
I was too afraid to see it.
Jay's always trying to push anti-skinny people stuff.
Beware the Slender Man. That's right, man. If you're skinny, you're a problem.
Oh, we should also, if there's a cop listening, they should tell me if I could be arrested for that.
Okay, well, here, first we got Brent from Green Bay. Wants to tell us the worst crime he's committed. A Green Bay crime? You want to take some guesses at it, Lewis?
Let's see.
Brent, you there?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
What if he slits a woman's throat on the radio right now?
Worst crime committed right now. No, I was going to guess, did you hold up like the cheese factory or something? Or the cheese head factory?
Let's see, Green Bay?
Yeah, a Green Bay crime.
They're very racist in Green Bay.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. The whole town.
Where do you
One of
get
the most
that from?
racist cities in America. Look it up.
Where do you get that from?
It's a fact. Look it up. I know about Jay. I know facts. That's the one thing you know about me that I know is facts. Okay?
I didn't know that about you.
Number one most racist city in America, Green Bay, Missouri.
It's not Missouri. It's Wisconsin.
And
It's Wisconsin.
I'm gonna guess that he.
No. It's Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin. Oh, they're not racist. Green Bay, Missouri. They're pieces of shit.
You know what? I just want to find out if there's a Green Bay, Missouri. Fingers crossed. There's a Green Bay, Missouri.
Dude, if there's a Green Bay, Missouri, you have to suck my dick in the studio right now.
If there's Green Bay, Missouri, I will
suck my dick.
I'll put the tip in my mouth. Christine.
There's a Green Bay Terrace.
Oh God. Oh God.
Hold on, that's kind of close.
Oh God. No, that sounds like a street or something.
Green Bay Terrace, Missouri?
Yeah.
That's a city?
It's an unincorporated community in Camden County.
Okay.
That's like a gated community.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. They are racist as shit.
A gated community? Oh, that's why they put a gate out.
The 10 most racist cities pulled up.
That's great.
10 most racist cities?
We should do a tour of the 10 most racist cities.
Just road trip and just go and we'll bring you. Yeah. You gotta keep explaining that your mom's Italian.
What did this guy do, by the way?
Do you want to take a guess at his Green Bay crime?
The worst crime that he's ever committed. Let me hear his voice, though. Dude, say something. Say a sentence. Say 3 sentences.
Say, wrong neighborhood, darky.
Wrong neighborhood, darky.
He sounds like a nice guy.
He does.
I'm going to say he committed a blue-collar crime. He stole money from his company that he worked for. He just did some sort of like banking, like coding.
First of all,
like a fraction of a penny that went into his bank account. What?
You're describing a white-collar crime. A blue-collar crime would be going to rob a KFC with a screwdriver.
No.
Yes, blue-collar is
crime. It's a Puerto Rican collar crime.
It's a V-neck crime.
We don't have collars on wife beaters.
Yeah, it's a wife beater crime. No, you mean white-collar crime, like something very like corporate.
Yeah, it was a white-collar crime.
Money laundering.
Yes, he laundered some fucking money. He was... That's it. That's what I guess.
I'm going to say some kind of maybe some sort of a mail fraud. Like
what if he says, I raped Big J's grandmother?
Oh, that's, by the way, that kind of goes more. I've done that before. I took a box when we were younger. We took a box from someone's front doorstep, of something.
Yeah.
That's like a normal thing.
I did that when I was younger, too. 2 hours ago. It's just free shit in your apartment building. Why wouldn't you just slide it into your doorway like a fucking gremlin?
I mean, I've honestly got, if me and Christine wanted to just live off of Blue Ribbon meals,
Blue Apron
meals off of our neighbors.
One of our major sponsors from Legion of Skanks?
Yeah, we could just take them from our neighbors. Go ahead, Brent. What is it? What's the worst crime you committed, buddy?
All right. Back when I was in college, me and my roommates would go to the local Walmart. And, we're all college kids.
Kill a Mexican.
And we'd go in and fill probably 2 or 3 shopping carts full of food, mostly cheese and beer. I mean, realistically. And basically run out of the store and dump them in the bed of my truck and take off home. And that's how we'd eat for a month or 2.
Really?
So you just run out because security. This is true. I used to work in the Palisades Center Mall in Rockland County, New York, and I worked there at Hot Topic for 2 weeks. Right? Hated the fucking job. I hate anything where I hate being the people that I hate, and I hate customer service people. Okay, so I hated.
You hate bad customer service people.
They're all bad. Okay, that's why they work in customer service.
For the most.
They'd have a real job if they weren't bad people. So the only thing that I learned in that job for 2 weeks was they told me, hey, if you see somebody stealing something, you cannot put your hands on them. Security guards cannot put their hands on them.
Yeah.
You have to wait for the cops to come.
Observe and report. That's real.
Detain them however you can, so they'll come up and try to talk you into a back room. As soon as they told me that, I was like, fuck this, I'm quitting this job. That's golden information for a 16-year-old Puerto Rican, okay? Because at that point, I was like, I'll just fucking steal anything I want from this mall, and what the fuck are you going to do? You're going to talk me into the back room? Suck my fucking dick.
No, but I mean, they'll eventually get you on camera. And
what are they going to do with fucking tape?
Huh?
What are they going to do?
They'll do that thing they do at delis where they put a picture of you up taking fucking...
It's just hilarious.
Taking Dove bars.
Just have skank hands in 5 different photos.
Looking at the camera, giving peace up, making LL Cool J lips.
Who stands there for the photo?
No one. So you just fucking... So they would see you do it, Brent, and you just bail anyway. Fuck it.
Basically. Yeah, it's just an all-out sprint, and there was one time where we threw 3 shopping carts in the bed of my truck and just took off, ran out to the country.
Did you take the whole cart, or
did you the country?
Did you actually take the whole cart, or did you just throw all the stuff from the cart?
No, the one time was the entire cart went in.
Wow.
So
Smart.
Driving around with a cart in the bed of my truck.
Do you know the carts now? This is pretty funny.
It caused $4,000 worth of damage to the truck.
You know the carts now at Costco, the one up in Harlem there?
Oh, they stop.
When you get to a certain point, the
Like
wheels
an
stop.
electric magnet, yeah.
It's the but if you're not paying attention to that line on the ground and you're pushing your car,
Smash your dick
all
into
of a
the
sudden
cord.
you like smash your sternum right into a thing. It's the most, and then it won't come back on.
Jay.
Huh?
Spanish Harlem.
Is it Spanish
They'll
Harlem?
start using them as homes.
Yeah, it's true.
They'll take those carts. I mean, they'll use them for anything. Use them as weapons.
No, that cart's too heavy to use as a weapon. Thanks for the call, Brent. We have so many good calls here. We could tell. We have.
You know. I'll tell you none of those calls are Mary Tyler Moore.
No. She's gone. She's dead and gone. She's doing World Star Hip Hop in heaven right now with the guy who made World Star Hip Hop, who also died
Today?
yesterday.
Who are you more sad about?
In my world,
Yeah.
I owe a lot more to World Star Hip Hop guy than I ever owed to Mary Tyler Moore. I was not a big Mary Tyler Moore fan. We have two calls here, Lewis. I'll turn this over to you. Which would you rather do? We have Dave in Minnesota, who's a cop who can say about your crime.
Okay.
And we also have Mike from Kansas, who's a prosecuting attorney who can tell us if you committed a crime.
I want to hear from both of them, but let's go with the cop first because I want to go through my due process. So I'm getting arrested now.
Let me see if you need a lawyer. We should find out if you need a lawyer. I think it's fair.
The cop shows up.
All right.
Now, hold on. Set the scenario. It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm behind a KFC.
A
And
dummy's dropped you off.
my idiot friend Vinny has dropped me off. I get out of the car, cloud of weed smoke.
Oh my God! Everything was wrong.
I pull down my ski mask.
You're wearing your jacket that says Lewis.
Gomez rules.
Gomez rules on the back. And then you have a screwdriver in your pocket.
You got a screwdriver in my
mask
pocket.
down. Hot day in August.
Hot day in August. The cops, now let's just say, the cops observe everything. They observe Vinny drop me off, pull the ski mask down, go behind the bush.
Well, what you said before was if they just saw you kneeling in the bushes with a screwdriver in your pocket and the ski mask, they didn't see you get out with the cloud of smoke, you're definitely got a crime there.
Okay, fine. Forget this. Yes, they come up behind me. Somebody's on patrol. This cop's on patrol. They come up behind me. Ski mask, screwdriver.
Screwdriver looks like a fucking, I don't know what kind of gun you think. A screwdriver looks like a pocket boner.
No. Yeah, it's like if you put it in your pocket, like the old-timey guns.
I know. What do you think it was like a German Luger? Who's got that's such
No,
a thin thing.
I used the other end, the blunt end. The blunt end was the gun.
Now I feel dumb.
Idiot.
That would be the smart move.
Stupid. You would have gotten fucking shot.
I've never faked. Yeah, it goes, that's just a screwdriver. There's no pointy guns in the world. This one is.
Pop, pop, pop.
Those are hollow points.
Okay.
Dave from Minnesota.
Yeah, you're fucked, dude. Like,
I'm fucked.
Yeah, if you're caught, middle of August, you got a ski mask on. You're hiding in the bushes behind a KFC at 11 o'clock at night, and then, of course, your idiot friend's probably going to roll up later.
Lewis, get in the car! Snatch and grab!
Absolutely no reason for you to be doing that other than you're up to no good.
So you're a cop, and all right, hold on. You come up to me. What do you say? Your gun's on me already. You're about to put 6 bullets into me.
More than likely, my gun's probably drawn on you. Circumstances.
Now hold on. What if I point my fake gun at you and say, "All right, drop him, copper. Put it on the ground, pig." Then you got to make a decision, Dave.
I see. I think Lewis is more of like the, sorry, officer, it's just, my face is very cold. This is just a screwdriver. This is a screwdriver, sir.
I'm trying to fix KFC. It's broken.
Well, let's question. What would you have said if a cop rolled up on you and you were caught behind the bushes?
My friend Vinny's making me do this. He'll be around in a minute. He's smoking weed in his car.
You know what's funny? I'm not quick on my toes. I've had literally 15 years to think of an excuse, and I haven't thought of one. I've had this story for years. What would I say at the moment? He's like, "What are you doing?" I would freeze up, and I would say, "I'm playing a prank on my friend." And here's the deal, right?
That's a good one. That's what I was going to say. So we're playing a game of some sort.
I would say I'm playing a prank on my friend Kevin, who works at the KFC. Kevin would come out, and he would know me. And
As the guy who jerked off in the bathroom. Oh, I know this guy. I mean, he is a weirdo. He does jerk off during rush hour.
But I feel like in the moment, I could convince him that I was just fucking around with my buddy who I work with, and I could have maybe at least created enough doubt to not go to jail. Dave, what do you say to that if Kevin comes out and he's like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, he used to work with me.
Is that the guy? Is that the guy who punched you?
Yes.
Well, would he stick up for you?
It's a big maybe. But I would try to somehow blackmail him with the evidence that he had attacked me.
Oh, that he punched you in the face?
In front of me?
Yeah. I'd be like, all right, Kevin, let's go to the side over here. Let's
This
have a
guy
chat.
punched me in the I don't think the cop's going to let you go have a chat with Kevin off to the side.
Excuse me, Officer Dave. I have to have a conversation with my friend Kevin right now. Hold my ski mask.
Kevin, I've been here for the last 3 hours playing a prank on you, if anyone asks. All right, let's go back to Officer Dave. Officer, Kevin's rethought what he was going to say, and would like to say now that he does indeed know me. That's but where do you go on that? Is that grounds to get taken in, Officer Dave?
You probably could get taken in, maybe with some sort of conspiracy, commit robbery, especially since you got your getaway driver pulling up afterwards.
Especially if you try to pretend that your screwdriver was a gun to the cop itself.
See, here's the thing, Dave. Once I knew that the jig was up and then I'm going in, I would have been like, oh, and then Vinny would have fucking taken off, and you wouldn't have been getting Vinny because I wouldn't let Vinny go down with me.
It'd be funny if Vinny just hit the cop with the car. Get in, Lewis! Ride or die!
Shit. All right, so I'm in jail now. You've taken me and you don't buy my fucking story. Kevin's like, I haven't seen this guy in 2 fucking years.
Yeah, Kevin's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Why does he have a screwdriver in his pocket? Why is he wearing a ski mask on the hottest day of the year? Yes, get him out of here. All I'll say is keep an eye on him because this guy will jerk off if you give him a room by himself. Thanks for the call, Dave. That's Officer Dave, everybody. So you're in cuffs.
I'm in cuffs right now. I go to the police station. They book me for conspiracy or something.
You're there for under 72 hours, but you get to meet with an attorney. Now, this guy normally is a prosecuting attorney, but he knows your mom or something, so he's coming out. He's flipping sides here. He's going to become a defendant for you.
My mom she don't mix with no Jews, so maybe he knows a friend.
Well, Mike in Kansas, that might not be a Jew.
Let's see.
He's an attorney here. He's going to let you know here. If you know what? Actually, I think I'm going to change it. You have a public defender. You're a Puerto Rican, but Mike's coming in there to throw the book at you. Let's hear what he has. How does he get you?
So this is what he would be saying to my team and well, here's the thing. Everyone knows that I would defend myself.
Of course.
So this is what the prosecuting attorney would come in and say to me, who I'm also defending myself. And I'm down to fucking throw down with this prosecutor.
Louis J. Gomez.
I've never lost a case. Fact.
Louis J. Gomez, Esquire. Real ass dude, Esquire. Mike, you there, buddy?
I am. Crackle, crackle, ladies.
Crackle, crackle. Now, you're a prosecuting attorney, it says. Now, Lewis is in jail. Is he fucked?
Well, he's not going a long way to break all these stereotypes, jerking off at work and carrying on a screwdriver.
That is very true. Those are all very Puerto Rican-y things.
Very racist, Jew Mike from Kansas.
At least in Kansas, if you get caught without a screwdriver as a Puerto Rican, you're immediately more suspicious.
Yeah, you better have a screwdriver.
Screwdriver's like, he's just working. He's Puerto Rican.
He probably came from work. He has to fix shit.
How's he feeding his kids? What do you think?
So, without any other corroborating statements that he was there to rob a KFC, what he's going to get charged, he's going to get arrested for the attempted burglary or robbery or whatever is.
But can I ask you a question? Like,
what he was just in the bushes. There was no attempt made.
Yeah, the guy didn't come out yet. They just rolled up on me before the guy came out.
Well, Officer What's-His-Name from Milwaukee is going to arrest you for whatever. He's going to arrest you no matter what.
Dave's taking you.
He was an asshole. To be honest, in the whole process, not that cool.
I say Dave was great.
He said he was going to give me a cigarette the whole time. He kept on saying, yeah, dude, we'll give you a cigarette as soon as we get to the station house. We got to the station house, no fucking cigarette.
But come on.
He's wanting to keep me quiet in the car.
I could tell from his voice that he was a racist anyway.
He was.
He turns his body cam off on purpose.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was off.
Oops.
Volume's always down. Yeah, so he's going to get charged with aggravated burglary or attempt, but we're going to see that he made no overt act to complete it. He's probably going to get charged with disorderly conduct or criminal trespass if this place is over. He'll be on probation smoking dope within 12 hours.
Oh, beautiful. It's a victory for Gomez. I don't need to go to Canada no more.
Lewis is on the streets. He's out there committing crimes.
What is wrong with this justice system?
You'll be smoking weed
within 12 hours.
Pay a fine.
Walmart, that is definitely a Missouri crime.
That's not that bad. It's almost worth.
That's a Green Bay, Missouri crime.
It's almost worth the attempt.
That is a Missouri crime. Think about it.
Yeah, like robbing a KFC.
Yeah,
more of robbing a church's chicken, I would guess.
Now, KFC is high end, dude. You get the most money out of all the chicken places out of a KFC.
KFC is not high end, Louis.
Out of all the fucking chicken places?
It's not high end.
Out of all the fast food chicken places, that's the highest end.
How many are there? There's Churches and KFC.
Churches, Popeyes,
sorry.
Popeyes,
I've never been
Churches,
to Popeyes.
KFC.
Why would KFC be higher
Kennedy
than
Fried
Popeyes?
Chicken. It's just if you look at like...
A Kennedy Fried Chicken is ghetto.
All right, first of all, KFC hires like white comedians for their commercials. Popeyes doesn't even have commercials. They just have flyers at bus stops.
Well, they also hire Puerto Rican comedians to jerk off in their bathrooms.
Yeah.
So it's a real question. So Mike says you're not that much trouble for it.
No, it's not that big a deal.
It's not that big of a deal. Mike, thanks for the call, buddy. I appreciate that. We'll take our first break. When we come back, we've got a bunch of calls here about people telling their shitty crime stories. I love it. I love the subject. So we'll come back. We have a girl actually on the line who, Susan, who I want to hear what her terrible worst crime.
I drowned my newborn.
Yeah, it's gonna be something terrible like that. Well, when it comes back, I want to bring it up because it's got to do with the forget the crime, like the victim thing of that Beware the Slender Man documentary about the two young girls who brought a girl out to the woods. You know the story, right?
No.
You didn't hear? It's pretty big news. Lou, you know the story?
Yeah, two young girls, they were doing it because the Slender Man told them to.
Not told them to. They wanted to impress the Slender Man, which is a fictitious character. But it's not that. It's every step of the way of this, like, stabbing. They didn't kill the girl. They tried to, though. They stabbed her 19 times. They lured a girl out to the woods. All 12-year-old girls. But so many times in front of this girl, they, like, handed the knife back and forth and discussed doing it and calming each other down because they were both nervous. And the girl just stood there. She just sat there the whole time.
Yeah.
She's like, you do it. She's like, I can't do it. I'm so afraid. And then one girl started crying and she hugged her. The other girl hugged her. She goes, it's okay. We're doing this for the Slender Man. Everything's going to be fine. And the other girl was just there like, so are we going to play at the park or what's up? She never left at any point. She had so many opportunities to.
Yeah.
But we'll get into all that when we come back and we hear Susan from Tennessee's worst crime story with Louis J. Gomez sitting in for Dan Soder. It's the Bonfire. Campers, it's time to find out what it's like to be transported by the power of audiobooks performed by talented actors and narrators. Now, this is up my alley right here because
you hate to read, but you love to listen.
I do. I love to listen, and we've had this conversation so much. I'm blown away always by the number of books you've read in your life.
Yeah, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
You're blown away by the number of books I read in my life, which is very low.
Yeah. It's Green Eggs and Ham and a magazine.
It was
a Stuff magazine in 1999.
Stuff magazine. No, I got a Stuff. That's a great magazine title. No, I was big. I read the autobiography or the biography of Jim Morrison.
Yeah.
The autobiography of Malcolm X. I had to for school.
Yeah.
Everything I had to read for school, I did Cliff Notes on. Besides that, I'd say for the most part, Beowulf. Although I never read any of that, but they're all. As you get older, you realize a lot of things are good stories. I'd love to hear them.
The other problem is, like, ever since, like, we became addicted to our cell phones and social media, it's like, I used to read all the time on the subway when I used to be en route and traveling, and then we started getting games and things like that, so it kind of took me out of it. So you almost need technology incorporated into your reading experience, which I think this is perfect.
It is. Millions of people are already enjoying Audible and its enormous selection of mysteries, thrillers, classics, and bestsellers. Start with a free audiobook of your choice by going to audible.com/Serious. The Audible app is quick to download and easy to use on your smartphone or tablet. Use it to escape with a story anytime, anywhere. Shopping, at the gym, making dinner, or on the road. If you've ever been wanting to make books a bigger part of your life, Audible is the way to do it with the time you already have. That's good for we're on airplanes so much. That's our big thing. And going cross country, you can only listen to so much. You got to put it in airplane mode. So if you haven't downloaded it right in your phone, that's so great. If you've ever been wanting to make books a bigger part of your life, Amazon is the way to do it. Rock memoirs, historical, romances, zombie thrillers, or Pulitzer Prize winners. Wherever you want to go, Audible will take you there with just a tap of a button. And because Audible is an Amazon company, you can expect top-notch customer service. Even though Louis, you're not a fan of customer service, Amazon is on top of it. We order a lot from Amazon.
Well, I don't have to interact with the people, which is great. I could just go onto a website and say, cool, all right, computer people, I'm with you now.
And they're pretty good about it. That is true.
Yeah.
The customer service and satisfaction is top-notch. Hear it for yourself. Start a risk-free 30-day trial and start your first audiobook for free. Go to audible.com/Serious.
Hi, this is Mike Lawrence, and you're listening to The Bonfire with Big Jay Oakerson and Dan Soder. A show so good, they haven't asked me to be on it yet.
Ooh, that's Onyx right there. We're talking about crime. Committing crimes today with the Puerto Rican rattlesnake. Louis J. Gomez sitting in with me.
Hard Knock Life, baby. What's up? You know what's good?
Yeah.
Grew up on those streets, suburbs, Rockland County, bitch. Put up. Palisades Mall. Put up.
Big Jay Oakerson, Louis J. Gomez here with you while Dan Soder is out on the West Coast. Some say the best coast.
Yeah.
But not me. I'm an East Coast dude, like Onyx. Fucking East Coast dog. Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. We are taking calls, hearing people's worst crime stories since Louis tried to rob a KFC. Well, you didn't even try to do it.
Well, yeah. What we found out is that that's not that bad of a crime. I've committed way worse crimes.
Yeah, I mean, you've spent longer time in jail than that.
Well, menacing and harassment.
Which was sort of...
What I do to the airwaves.
Which, yeah, that was the roommate thing. And that was sort of like... Well, I remember you came out from that. It was pretty funny because you were like, "Yeah," he says that I was like trying to like threaten him with a thing, and then you're like, "What'd you say?" And you're like, "I said I was going to stab him with the knife,"
No,
and then
that's
I
not
pointed
true.
out the knife.
That's not true. No. He said that I threatened. He said that I threatened his life with a knife, right? And what I actually did was I said, "I'm going to kill you," which is the way you talk shit in the hood.
No, it's not.
You say, "Yeah, I'll kill you, motherfucker. What's up?" That's what you do. That's the way you do it.
Well, you're not from the hood. That wasn't in the hood, by the way. I believe that was Hell's Kitchen.
But my roots are in the hood.
Your roots are not in the hood. They are in Rockland County.
The hood of Rockland County? That is true.
No, it was Rockland County.
It was the hood of
It was
Rockland
a walking
County.
distance to Palisades Mall.
It was not a walking distance. It was a driving distance.
And everyone had a car because it was not the hood.
It was kind of the hood. And it doesn't even matter. So he said that I threatened his life with a knife. And I said, "I'm going to kill you." And then I also left my knife on top of my TV stand to let him know that if he went in my room again, that knife could possibly be plunged into his body. But it was all posturing. I'm not actually a dude that will
of course
use a knife on somebody.
Absolutely true.
It was me it was a stupid move on my part because I was just trying to fucking, it was just retarded.
Well, you also realized that you thought it was going to be more shit talking back and forth, whereas like,
Yes.
as soon as you shit talked, he was like, "Well, I'm calling the cops, you maniac madman."
I thought we were in a roast battle almost. I thought we were going back and forth.
Speaking of, on the line, before we get to Susan's call, because I want to hear, and I want more people to call in with these crime stories. They're absolutely hilarious. We have on the line Randy and Jason Sklar, the Sklar brothers, who are going to be hosting the Post Battle, which is the Roast Battles after show this Friday and Saturday and Sunday. After every roast battle, you can join Randy and Jason as they break down the competition and talk to all the roasters about the night's battles. Randy, Jason, what's up, fellas?
What's up? How are you guys doing? Nice to speak to you, man. It was great to see you at Moon Tower, by the way, and hang out there.
Oh, yeah, we had such a good time doing
some
comedy jam.
Yeah, you did a fantastic job. I mean, I thought you were going to sing, I don't know, like a 98 Degrees song.
Pantera? Did you do Pantera?
I did Pantera. No. I did Pantera Walk.
Yep.
Right?
Nice.
I was so scared to do it. No one there got it. I thought we were in Texas.
Not as scared as we were to hear it.
I tried to get a mosh pit going with the most docile hipster crowd. Would not mosh for my my Pantera song. Fellas, this is pretty exciting that you guys are part of the roast battle family now, huh? This is like this show is really catching heat. I was out in L.A. last week and I saw the whole setup for the whole show. The way they turned the House of Blues into a little like Thunderdome. It was amazing.
Yeah, it looks amazing. The set's incredible. House of Blues is like closed down, and this is like a fitting way to send it off, which with just Yamanika Saunders yelling. But it was, these are great shows, and we're really a big part of the battle here in Los Angeles, where it all kind of got started, and we judge it usually once a month. So we've seen tons of battles, we've seen a lot of the people, and know a lot of the battlers. It's an amazing tournament. That's all I can say. There are just incredible battlers, and what I love about it is like the most underdog person can just rise up and just kick the shit out of someone else. It's like all rules kind of, everything's erased clean, and if you just have good jokes and you're a good writer, that shit just comes through.
It's also like, it's a completely different skill set from stand-up. It's, there's amazing stand-ups who can lose to, a much newer, kind of greener comic just because their writing talent is so, like, strong. I see it happen here. I judge
also they care as well. The young bucks, the guys who are doing it, that are doing it at the Comedy Store or the Stand here in New York City, those guys are hungry. Those guys are like, dude, Todd Barry, who's an amazing comic, doesn't need to win it. Zach Amico needs to win that battle.
Yeah.
Right. And you got guys putting up like 34, like writing 40 jokes for a 4-joke battle. You know, they're putting the jokes up and they're working really hard, and like those are the young guys because they're, like you said, they're hungry. They want to win. I mean, it's amazing to strategize and hear kind of, you know, because you want your last joke to really be your best. You want to end on the strongest note, but you really want to be consistent throughout. Like, even if you don't win that last joke, if you are consistent throughout, I think the judges kind of see through that. And there's some close stuff, and we've recorded a few of the battles. We've recorded a few of the battles already, and the live one is Sunday night. But what's been amazing, what's been really fun on the show that we do on Sirius is that afterwards we sit down and talk to the people who battle, and we're like, what was the one you wish you would have said? What one did you leave on the table? And we actually get even a little bit more battle action in this show, which is great.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, because to give more bang for the buck there. Louis J. Gomez, who is here with me, is actually the host of the roast battle they do here called the Roast Masters at the Stand in New York City, which is every other Tuesday they do it here.
We had a few guys that represented the Roast Masters in the Comedy Central roast, Road to Roast Battle. They chose 12 of the battlers from our tournament that we did here in New York. And I want to get your perspective on this, because Jay, we always talk shit because we're New Yorkers through and through. And we kind of feel like we have this hold on ball busting, and we kind of like invented the whole ball bust and roast style of comedy, even in the real roots of roasting in the Friars Club. It's a New York thing. What do you think about the difference between the New York and the LA guys? What do you think the major thing that sets them apart?
Jay, what did you see? I mean, I think LA focuses maybe a little more on the written joke, whereas New York is an attitude. Guys, you know, they embody the roast from the second they get on stage. They're like, even if it's not their turn to, you know, they'll fire off like a quick rip. You know, even if it's not necessarily even the most well-crafted joke, they're always in roast mode from the second they walk on stage, whereas it feels like LA, it's a little bit more of like, these are my written jokes. And, you know, I think that's one way to put it. I think New York goes for the jugular. Man, nothing is off limits. They get mean and edgy. And, you know, sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't, but it's fascinating to watch and it's awesome to watch. Like, as comedians who just love it, and, you know, for us, there's nothing too edgy. We've been laughing so hard and been amazed at how we've seen some unbelievably written jokes in this thing, and you're like, I can't believe you came up with this in 2 days, because a lot of times, you know, you have a long time to prepare for your first opponent, but if you break through to the next round, you have like a day to write jokes for the next person, and you can't really write jokes for everybody. So, you know, some of the jokes that we've seen come through on that next round were incredible jokes. You're like, that is one of the best jokes I've ever heard. And so, again, and it doesn't matter, New York, LA, there's some really great joke writers out there, and I think what you guys will see is the Final Four, as it sort of comes into focus, it's going to provide an incredible live show on that Sunday night.
Yeah, I mean, this is you know, you mentioned that thing before about the guys like holding off on their last joke. One of the most amazing things I've ever seen was, I don't know if you guys got to see video at all of the Scott Chaplin, Evan Williams battle that happened here in New York.
We heard about it. Yeah, we heard about it.
It's crossed such lines at this point, that battle.
It's actually cool to know that the Sklar brothers have heard about, just heard about a battle that was so good at the Stand.
It was an amazing battle. But what happened was that went to it not only did it go to a third round, it went to a one more joke thing. They were like, all right, we'll give each one more joke. And Evan Williams' last joke, the one more joke, was a 3-verse song. You could probably
pull it up on the next break.
Yeah, it was a 3-verse song to the tune of the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
And every word was changed to make fun of Scott and
so funny.
His family and people who've died in his family, and it was and I was blown away. I was judging that, and I was blown away because I'm like, man, you just had that pocketed. Like, maybe you weren't going to... If we didn't get down to one more joke, they would have...
go to one more joke. You're not using that song, and that is maybe the most brilliant thing you did the whole time. Yeah, we've just heard great things about that battle. I mean, there's to me, it's like Game of Thrones. Really, if you watch Game of Thrones, you like Game of Thrones. Like, your favorite characters are the underdogs, the midgets, the, people with half their fucking face ripped off.
Sure.
Like, you're like, these people are the people who there's no way this little 14-year-old girl can just stick whip a bitch who can fight, and then all of a sudden, boom. The people, like, a guy got up in a wheelchair and with, like, severe problems. First of all, in L.A. Coach T, by the way, the DJ in LA is fantastic. I don't know if you guys have a DJ there.
We do DJ ISIS. Same thing. It's
okay.
both great.
Adding jokes. As this guy is being wheeled up onto the stage, he plays Jump Around. Jump around, get out your seat and jump around. So, you're watching this thing and it's amazing. And the kid in the wheelchair won. He beat the other guy and beat him with better jokes. It was incredible. And after he won, the Wave picked him up and hoisted him up like he was like a tiny deformed Oscar and just held him up in the air and as if he had just was the coach who just won the Super Bowl and hoist him up in the air. And I'm like, that's a fucking great moment. You never think that this guy's going to step up here and just destroy somebody else, and he did. And I'm like, that's the beauty of this battle, and that's the beauty of those moments that it gives you. Incredible.
The other thing you brought up about Scott and Evan's battle in New York is the thing that you feel when you're judging it and you're watching it. If you believe that there's love between the two people, if you believe that those people are genuinely friends and connected, then the battles are better. They just are better.
Yeah, I think that was the problem that happened with Renazizi and Sam Morril at the last roast battle.
Or even on a larger thing that people had seen, Ann Coulter at
Ralphie
the roast.
May. Ralphie May. Yeah, Ann Coulter.
Yeah, if you,
her womb got even drier, if that could even be possible.
People were like, no, fuck you, Ann Coulter. That was like the tone. It wasn't like, oh, we love her and we're trying to kind of like
bust her balls.
Yeah, that's her fault for not being lovable. But still, I mean, I think, on some level, as long as there is love between two people, then it's amazing. Then you realize, okay, this is my friend. And you guys brought up the Friars Club. We're big fans of the roasts going way back to like the Dean Martin roast. Go back and watch those, and you watch Don Rickles just rip the shit out of like Bob Hope or whomever, and you're like, he's doing it, but he loves him. You can tell that he loves him. So anytime a roasted, and I don't know if you guys have seen this when you've judged in New York, anytime it gets too mean or you feel like the person's getting too emotional, you're kind of like, nope, I'm out of it. I'm not even in here, and you just lost your edge. You can keep the emotion out of it and just make it about the jokes, about the love for that person. It's like, I love this person so much, I'm just going to rip him or her a new asshole. That, to me, is what makes it great.
Yeah, and having the personal knowledge of the person, too. If you genuinely have that love for someone, you probably know some personal things about them that only you can sort of make fun of.
And it's the tone's kind of changed as well, because like now that it's competitive and there's a TV show and the stakes are high, what happens is people start moving through the quote unquote ranks of these things. And it's unfortunate that you can't always be matched up against your friends. So it ends up kind of becoming this, it's a community thing where the comics get together, they have lunch, they say, hey dude, this is, the stuff that's kind of funny about me. And 99% of the time the comics go, yeah dude, my mom died 5 years ago of this. Here's all the intimate details, because they want to have a memorable battle where everyone's killing. Winning or losing doesn't really matter for the most part in these things. In the clubs, if you're both killing, that's all that matters. People that went onto the TV show lost their battles. That night, it was funny to watch, because the one chick lost her battle and she still moved on to the to the actual tournament. I wanted to ask you guys a question and kind of get your opinion on this. I think there's something about, obviously the tone of comedy has changed a lot over the past few years, and everyone's very sensitive, and now it's kind of flip-flopped, and now people are getting in trouble for Barron Trump jokes, and people are getting in trouble before Trump was in office, and everyone's super sensitive. There's something about the roast battling and roasting in general that, in my opinion, proves that people are still thirsty for edgy, dark, dirty, offensive comedy. They want to laugh at this, but for some reason, every other type of comedy show, whether it's stand-up or sitcoms, is kind of shutting that down. But the roasts are saying, yeah, go for the jugular, be as mean and as dark as possible.
I think it's because they put it's kind of like you get to do it right to the face of the person you're doing it to. So it's like kind of like giving, it's like hunting with a deer that has a gun.
Yes, 100%.
You know what I mean? Whereas most people see it when it's outward, when you're just like, if someone's like, blah, 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 faggot, then everyone's like, hey, gay people are nice people, and don't say that word, and everyone's upset about that. But if you could put a face... Go ahead.
It's off the anonymity of the internet, and the ability for trolls to just come out under an assumed name and do that stuff seems like cowardly. Whereas this, and I think anytime the spigot gets turned off in general society, then you go into these rooms. And I have to say, I'm sure at the Stand it's the same way. You get in the belly room of the world famous comedy store that's, in my opinion, we've been out here since 99. We were in New York for 5 years, but we've been out here since 99, and we've seen the Comedy Store go through its own sort of changes. It was a very dark place that didn't have a lot going on in the early 2000s, and now it is making a huge resurgence, a lot of it due to the roast battle. So you go in there on a Tuesday night at 11:30 and the place is packed, spilling over. You don't know Chappelle is sitting next to you, and like all these like huge people are the director Jason Reitman is there. He made a great short film that went to like Sundance about the roast battle. All these really significant, interesting people are there, and you feel like you guys said, anything can be said. It is like the most freedom in the world. You feel like you're free from judgment. Go after it. Go for whatever you want. No one's going to sit here and claim that you're an insensitive person. They're like, oh, this is just a good joke writer.
Yeah, and whether you like it or not, people might hate it, but if you appreciate edgy or good comedy or comedy with balls, appreciate the fact that the roast battles are getting that type of comedy back into the homes of America, and it's letting networks like Comedy Central know, no, we want to have dirty, dark, edgy shit because nobody else is doing that.
And it's almost like you have to do it. I mean, look, Trump just today said that he is willing to revisit torture. And we said thank you, because there has been a lot of Barron Trump on TV. Thank you for allowing us to enjoy the torture that is watching that kid make faces at a baby. So, I mean, but that's it. We got to go for it. You have to go for it. And the thing about comedy, and you guys will understand this, the worst place to do comedy is in a situation or a room where you have to tie one hand behind your back and be like, I can't go there. I can't say this material. I want to say this, but I can't do this. That's the worst thing you can do to comedians. Unshackle it, let them go. And by the way, if you're not a good joke writer, it just comes off as mean, the audience will let you know. And you just won't get a laugh, and you'll lose your battle. Patrice
O'Neill always defended the idea of just like, me and Dave Smith talked about this the other day. He made that comment about like, a joke that doesn't hit or people are offended by, and a joke that destroys, all is born from the same place. It all comes from the same. Yeah. Everyone's trying to get the thing out there, so it's like you should be able to throw it out there and try to do whatever you want. I will say also, the Comedy Store, I don't even know how arguable it is the best comedy hang in comedy right now.
Amazing.
It's really amazing. When I go to LA, I'm so happy to go out there every single night.
Great hang.
It is like a very it's an oasis in the middle of that city where you're like, what, if I go there on Sunday night, I'll just see people I know, and it'll be a great time to hang. And that, between the roast battle and Kill Tony, I mean, that place. Also, you can very easily piss on Big J's name on the wall. It is so easy to take a hot squirt on my name.
It's in a perfect location. I've seen people jerk off onto it. I mean, it's
literally low-hanging fruit.
It is low-hanging fruit. The low-hanging name on that wall.
I'll be honest.
Hey, man, he's up there.
I thought it was written in load, if I'm being honest.
It was, and again, that's a mistake that a lot of people make. But it is written. It's washed. It's whitewashed and load, and that's good.
Again, it's guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. For calling in. Jason and Randy Sklar are going to be hosting post-battle, the roast battle after show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. After every roast battle, join Randy and Jason as they break down the competition and talk to all the roasters about the night's battles. Be sure to catch the live post-battle show on Sunday night at 11 Eastern Time. That's the roast battle finale at 10 p.m. East, and post-battle live at 11 p.m. The post-battle will be airing Friday through Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern on Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. Fellas, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thanks, boys. Let's hang when you're out on the West Coast.
Let's make sure we do that, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Good dudes.
Nice guys. And usually twins creep me out.
Yeah. Me too, but not those two.
I guess it's because they're on the radio. If they were in the room, I might have had shut down a little bit.
There's always like a good 80s like sitcom thing when the girls were like, oh, dude, we got these twins from the stewardesses from Sweet. You're like, ugh.
Boobies.
Twins. Hopefully Susan will call back with her crime story when we come back, but we're going to take our next break, and we'll be right back. It's Louis J. Gomez hanging out with me on the Bonfire.
Oh,
all right. Hey, listen to the Bonfire, folks, on Sirius with Big Soder and Dan Oakerson.
You are listening to the Bonfire.
Oh, right. Yes, you are. Good choice, campers.
Say your names.
Oh,
right.
All right, I'll start.
No one cares about us. All right.
Hey, this is Joe List, and that's
Mark Norman here.
And you're listening to the Bonfire
on YKWD Radio.
Oh, yeah, campers. It's Wednesdays with Onyx, talking about crime on the Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. Big Jay Oakerson here, sitting there with the Puerto Rican rattlesnake himself, Louis J. Gomez. Blop drop.
Blop drop.
Blop drop.
What's the matter,
Onyx.
dog? You in Paris? This guy's a gangster? His real name's Clarence.
No, that's not the right. That's the Shook Ones Part 2 by Mobb Deep beat. But he does use this in the movie.
I'm learning.
It's okay. You just cut off Sticky Fingers. TV's Blade. He was Blade on the TV show Sticky Fingers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Everyone in Onyx, for being so, like, all their songs about crime and murder and all that shit, it is pretty funny that, like, Fred Rostar went on to be on Moesha, and Sticky Fingers made a musical.
Well, you know, they graduated from the William Asper School.
The what?
Isn't that a famous acting school?
I don't know.
William Asper?
William Asper School?
Let me see. William Asper.
While you look that up, why don't I let you know that you can catch Louis J. Gomez hosting the Roast Masters, as we said, in New York City every other Tuesday at the Stand in New York City.
And it's free right now, which is not going to always be the case forever, so come out while it's free.
That's right. And he's also the host of The Countdown with mixed martial artist UFC hero Michael Bisping on Sirius XM Rush 93. And you can hear the Real Ass Podcast and Legion of Skanks at GasDigitalNetwork.com. Make sure you follow him at Louis J. Gomez on Twitter and all of his social media. Also, where's Dan? Let's throw Danny Soder a little love. Yeah. Dan's going to be at Laughs in Seattle. So he did Portland already. So he's going to be at Laughs in Seattle this Friday, January 27th, and Saturday, January 28th. Make sure you go to dansoder.com for all the tickets to that.
Smoke that legal-ass ganja with Dan Soder up in Seattle. Probably, if it wasn't going to be New York or L.A., that's the city I live.
Seattle?
Love it. Jay, love it.
When'd you go?
It's been probably a year, at least.
What'd you do up there that you love? Laughs?
No, I did the Underground.
Okay.
I did I spent one night in Seattle, and I laid over there, and I did it.
Oh, you loved it.
I loved so much fun, dude.
See, I just did Parlor Live in Bellevue, which I loved a lot.
Oh wait,
too.
yeah, never mind. I did Parlor Live as well. I did an entire weekend there. That's how much I loved it. I forgot that I was there an entire weekend.
You know what I dig about it? True thing. What I like about that Bellevue area?
Seattle dogs?
Or Seattle in general. I didn't have a Seattle dog.
I told you to get one and you didn't.
I didn't.
Cream cheese on the hot dog with onions. Unbelievable.
I know what I like about it is like you're in this kind of metropolis area with stores and all kinds of places to go and restaurants and but still like the scenery around it all is still like mountains and kind of like trees and forests. Like
the best of both worlds.
Yeah, pretty cool feeling.
It's
I like that
it's
city.
like a hybrid. It's like Lincoln Park. It's
I like that city very much. I'm starting to hate San Francisco.
Even though there's plenty of cities called Lincoln Park.
I'm starting to hate San Fran. I like the club and the shows and the people for the most part, but man, where that club is at, there is nada to do. We have more crime stories here. Do you want to take crime stories? You want to look up? Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll look up. We have the list of the 10 most racist places.
10 most racist cities in America.
Racist cities, right? Mm-hmm. Christine's got that up. Mm-hmm. We never got sued. We lost Susan. Susan bailed.
Yeah.
You know what? Her crime was happening right now. She's like, I gotta go.
Murder-suicide?
Yeah.
She had already done the murder, and she was like, I can't wait for this long.
Yeah, she's like, I feel terrible about this. I'm gonna kill myself. We have Will in New Jersey. Will, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on, guys?
What's up, dude? Shot out of a cannon. I like it. Now, this New Jersey crime. Any thoughts on what the New Jersey crime is going to be, Lewis?
I would assume something to do with a shopping center, like maybe stealing
a jug handle.
Yeah, something to do with the jug handle turn. That's how we got caught.
Yeah,
confused by the jug handle turn.
Jug handle. I was going to say, is it something like you grabbed like Snooki's tits or something, or
he pumped his own gas.
He pumped his own gas. Yeah. The ultimate New Jersey crime.
Yeah, you can't pump your own gas here, boy.
Yeah, it's a Texas crime, actually. I moved from Jersey a couple of years back. I live in Philly. I work in Jersey.
Oh, okay.
So I'm driving through Jersey right now, but
So
yeah,
it's a Texas crime.
Yeah, it's a Texas crime. And I'm a Marine, or I just got out of the Marine Corps, and I went on like a complete crime spree, pretty much.
Really?
For about 4 years. Oh yeah.
A
I was pretty fucked up in the head when I got out. Yeah, spree, man. It was definitely a spree.
Also, solid candy. But go ahead.
Sprees?
Yeah,
I hate sprees.
You don't like
Oh, yeah.
sprees?
No, it's
Well, yeah. Yeah.
They're like big sweet tarts.
Oh, you got to turn your radio down for us, Will.
I got out, and then like the first night back, I got caught with an ounce of weed, and the cops let me go. They're pretty nice about it.
Did you use your military?
But they didn't give me a charge or anything.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, did you use your military
status?
Yeah, to get out of it. Did you say, "Hey, look, I'm a hero"?
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it went. They're like, "Oh, well, you just got out of Marine Corps, so we're gonna let you off on this," you know.
Nice.
A week later, I went to a concert.
You're like, let me see. Wait a minute. I can get off with crimes.
Like Semper Fi, getting high.
Hell yeah, you know it. But a week later, I went to a concert, and I was on Xanax, and I was drinking Guinness.
That's a good combo.
Yeah, I was fucked up, man. I was gone, like 3 sheets to the wind, and everything was going good. I remember, I remember bits and pieces of what happened, but before everything went down, I was having fun, you know. And there was a guy.
I woke up covered in blood. What happened?
I don't know. Brendan Dassey was there.
That's how it pretty much ends. I was just chilling, you know, and this guy had beef with me from before, like some shit that happened like years ago. And he starts talking shit to me, and I remember just laughing at him. I was just laughing right in his face. And then the next thing I knew, he calls me a put. He says, "I don't care if you were in the Marine Corps, you're still a fucking pussy."
Oh, and you're all
And
fucked
I
in the
went
head,
black.
so you can't deal with that shit.
Yeah. I went black after that.
You started talking like a
And,
black guy?
You went black after that? What'd you do?
Motherfucker, you want me to fuck you up?
You robbed him and got a girl pregnant?
Pretty much. Oh, dude. The fucking, I like took, like shit went down. I fought with the dude. I beat him up. And then they said they were calling the cops on me. And I had all this Xanax on me. So I threw my jacket to one of my friends. And they said I low crawled underneath the stage. I don't really remember that, but they came and got me.
Like the Marine crawl? Like
You did the Marine crawl?
Underneath the...
Underneath the stage at this venue.
That's great.
The cops pulled me out. They had me in cuffs. And my friend went and talked to him, and he said, "Hey, it's okay. Like, he just got back from Iraq. He's just a little fucked in the head. I mean, could you give him a break? We'll get him out of here." And the cops let me go.
Oh, wow, dude. You should just start molesting
they
kids
let
or
me-
something. Let's see how far you can go with this.
I went further. The cops
Then
let me-
molesting kids?
No, I was kidding, Will.
Time
Don't
out.
do that.
Will, don't tell us anymore. You're going to incriminate yourself. I don't believe that there's a statute of limitations on fucking kids.
Molesting kids? Nah, that's pussy stuff. I
What?
went way deeper than that.
Well, you know, I was still fucked up, and they let me go. I started walking off, and I just couldn't let it go. I was like, "Fuck you, you fucking pigs, you fucking faggot motherfucking cops!" And I punched out a window in a car. I don't even know how I did that, but I did it.
Turns out it wasn't a car. It was a baby.
I punched a baby. Both broke like glass.
I have no idea, man.
That car was beeping at me so much. Wah, wah. Stop beeping at me, car.
Stupid car. What do you want, car? Milk? I don't have milk. Why is this car asking me for milk? Why is this car? I'm not your daddy, car.
Oh, it gets better though.
Please.
It gets better than punching a baby. This is impossible.
So wait, you had a little bit of weed, then you fucking murdered a guy, then you punched a baby after you molested kids? This story's nuts.
Oh man.
Hoorah indeed.
But, now, after that, the cops were pretty much done. They fucking, like, I tried to walk off thinking that I could actually do that. And I remember being airborne and being on the ground. And I heard "stop resisting." And I just saw bright lights after that.
And then, how much trouble did you get in
Next
for
time,
all this?
I got off with a drunken public.
I'm I'm calling from my jail cell right now.
yeah, because I'm serving 2 consecutive life sentences.
Yeah, I got off with a drunken public for all that.
That's fucking crazy.
I came to getting stitches. The guy stitching me up, he said, "Oh, I was in the Air Force." And I was like, "Oh, Air Force, huh?
Fuck you, faggot-ass Air Force.
I was like berating this guy that was just trying to stitch me up.
That's got to be the worst. And by the way, it's like the Hippocratic Oath. You just got to fucking he has to keep stitching you while you're like, Air Force is for chicks and poons. And he's like, okay, can you sit still, please?
I bet you like this hole in my face because it looks like an asshole, homo. You want to fuck my wound, don't you?
Stare at the wound, not at my dick, queer.
Yeah, I was a total asshole to that dude, man.
Nah, dude, you were right.
And then you know what, Will? They were like, you need to take an attitude like that over to Philly. And then you moved up to Philly.
And you were the nicest guy in the neighborhood.
And you're the best dude in the neighborhood. This guy only punches car babies. Thanks for the call, Will. That's a fucking crazy story. God damn, that's a crazy crime story.
Trying to I don't have any milk for you, car.
I don't know where your parents are, car. Wah, wah.
Fuck, he's so fucked up on Xanax.
How do I feel like I spent 3 fucking or 2 almost 2 full days in fucking jail for driving on a suspended license. This guy went on a crime spree, and the cops, even at the end of the cops were kind of like, get out of here, man, I'm warning you. And he's like,
it's a war hero,
sure,
Jay.
Whatever, pussies.
What have you done for this country?
Huh?
What have you done for this country?
I've broadcasted several hours of humorous things to get people through their dark times.
He murdered brown people for this country. You've done nothing.
You don't know he's murdered anybody.
Guaranteed.
Did he murder people?
He did that when he was out of the military. He nearly murdered people.
All right. Will, call back if you want to tell us if you murdered anybody.
I want to hear about the last person he murdered.
It was that baby that day.
Yeah, I punched him to death.
Punched that baby to death.
That baby had 0 ground defense.
That baby did not throw up his hands once.
Yeah.
Just took him right to the face.
That baby was not intelligently defending himself.
I believe if anyone will call and tell us they murdered a person, it would be Will. Have you ever... the only person I know who's like a close friend in war is my buddy John, and I don't ever want to ask him about
if he killed
like
somebody,
that.
why?
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to know, though.
Yeah. Could you kill somebody, Jay?
In what capacity?
Max.
In max capacity? Maximum capacity?
Yeah.
3,500 pounds in an elevator?
It's you, 12 people in an elevator.
Could you murder those people?
Could you murder one of those people?
If you hit max capacity. I mean, yeah, I think purely in self-defense or protecting my family or kid, for sure. I mean, yeah, I'd say yes in that case for sure. For like,
somebody invited me to go.
If somebody was like for $100 million, could you murder somebody? Like if it's a random stranger, I couldn't. No.
Yeah. We were asked when we were in Miami this weekend. We were asked to go hog hunting.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
And the guy said there was 2 options. You could either go out on these boats and rent assault rifles and just shoot them at hogs and kill hogs, and they'll mail you the meat. Or they say you can rent the dogs and go out with the dogs, and then the dogs will surround the hog, and they give you a fucking big old boot knife. And you stab the hog.
Nice Bowie knife?
You stab the hog in its throat, and you kill it via knife. If you're going to choose one, which would you choose?
Shoot him.
You'd shoot him.
Yeah.
I think there's something more animalistic about getting up close to him.
Sure there is, but I don't want any part of that animalistic nature.
Yeah.
I killed a hog with my hands.
He just takes the knife from you and stabs you to death.
Oh, God, that would be... No, that sounds like... If it makes sense, like, I'm a person who thinks, like, it's icky to, like, touch animals that much. Like, I don't want to touch the hog at all, let alone stab it and gut it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I never just like petting zoos stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not like, I don't want to touch a goat.
They'll smell like shit. They're also like, they're not like cute animals who want to be pet by you. The reason you have
I'll pet someone's dog or cat like all day. I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, dogs and cats are great because they want to come up to you and be affectionate with you. Literally every other animal in the world wants fucking nothing to do with you. You have to trick them and give them food. They have to put them in a thing.
I don't want to fucking pet your rabbits or anything like that. And I always tell a story about the girl who worked at a diner who I thought I was going to get laid, and I went back to her place. I was like a teenager. and she made me like let her fucking rat crawl over me. She had a white rat, and it drove me nuts.
Yeah.
I was so afraid of this thing.
It's not designed for pets. If you open your door and your pet will run away from you, and that's it, and it's gone, that's it. That doesn't want to be with you. Like, you have to clip birds' wings so they don't fly away from you.
Oh,
they're like twisted, like...
Yeah. Would you like hold a mouse in your hand and all that shit? Do you care about that?
Weirdly, if it was a pet mouse from a store, it wouldn't bug me. But a mouse like from the streets of New York City.
Either one of them.
I'm just racist against mice. From the streets.
It freaks me out so much. Chris in Texas has a hog hunting story. Chris, you there, buddy?
Hey.
This better be a fat chick joke.
Hey, how y'all doing?
I'm doing good. You got to get down there and get your bare hands up in them.
It's over from a Snickers bar, maybe a Slurpee. These bitches will suck your dick.
All right, no, man, but for real, me and my dad, we went out to our, deer lease out in Land Passes, if you know where that is, man.
I'm familiar.
But,
oh, my old stomping ground?
Oh, yeah. Tell Rick I said hi.
Yeah. So we pull up to a hog trap, right? And there's 3 hogs in there. And my dad hops out, and he's like, yeah, we'll just dome them up. We'll shoot them real quick. I was like, nah, we should go up in there with some knives and take them out.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, well, you get in there first, see what's up. And so I was like, all right. I hopped in there. I took out the baby. Boom. Killed that one. The easiest one.
Of course, it's a baby.
Like,
yeah. Right. And you let, just so the parents would have to watch.
Exactly. I'm trying to be, as hardcore as you can get.
Hell yeah. Red Dawn, motherfucker. Wolverine.
You did it slow. First you fucked the baby hog in front of its parents.
Exactly.
You held open the dad hog's eyes.
So I hop back out.
You fucked his daughter hog?
I said, it's your time. He hops in there, and he takes on the biggest one. It was probably I'd say honestly 50-pound, 60-pound wild boar. He took it on head on. He gave it 2 thrusts with his knife, and it hit him in the calf with the tusk thing.
Yeah.
It ripped his whole calf out his leg.
Oh, whoa.
He hopped back over the fence, and I was like, yo, what the hell, man? I was like, you got to get in there and finish him, Mortal Kombat style, you know? And he was like, nah. I mean...
So he froze him and punched him into a million pieces.
He turned him into a baby. Babality.
Oh, but my dad went to Iraq, and so, when he jumped out like that, I knew something was up, because he's a soldier. So I was like, oh, shit. And I walked over, and he pulled his pant leg up, and his whole calf was hanging out of his leg, man.
Was it, the worst thing you ever saw?
Bro, I've never seen nothing like that. I almost threw up. I'll be honest.
Did he grab you by the lapels and say, avenge me, son, and then hand you his knife to go finish that fucking boar?
Nah, he handed me a beer and said, you need to fucking drive me to the hospital.
Here, get drunk and drive me to the hospital.
By the way, if this was...
man, it was fucking crazy, though, man, but I was just calling to say, yeah, dude, there's some boar out there that'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
So that even more of a reason to do it from a distance.
If that was a Disney movie, I mean, you guys are just the bad guys. That
everyone's cheering for the hog.
Yeah,
Timba.
And then there's a little spider, and she's writing "fuck those drunken hillbillies"
in web.
Nah, man, we were the good guys. Hogs fuck shit up.
Yeah. No, you're right. Fuck those hogs. You did what you had to do, Chris. Chris, are you by chance
and murdered a baby hog in front of his parents?
Chris, what are the odds right now you're wearing a hat that has mesh in the back and snaps?
No, I actually got a snapback Chicago Cubs hat on. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. Whoop.
108 years, so Cubs, baby.
Fuck yeah, man. Chris, thanks for the call. And how's your dad's calf?
Hey, it's scarred up, but you want to know what's up? We went back a week later, and he shot that hog in the head, and he's got the hog's head with a bullet hole in it in his office mounted.
Really? With the bullet hole in his head?
I'll send you a picture, bro.
And every once in a while, you still have the smell of the baby hog's pussy on your fingers. You go over and hold it under the boar's nose. Yeah, we got your whole family, bitch.
Hell
got your whole family. Now the fucking wife's living in a trailer by herself. The mom pig's in the trailer.
Yeah, we let the mom live, so she had that story to tell for the rest of her life. Letting her live was worse than killing her, actually.
I think that was the story of Death Wish too. Chris, thanks for the call. We're going to take our last break here, and and this just in. We don't have to take the call, but Adam from Texas says a 50-pound boar is a baby. So they just murdered a family of baby bears.
Just a bunch of babies.
Boars. Yeah. Just like they went to a playpen of boars and lost their calf and killed a bunch of babies. But the good news is it's hanging up. It's hanging up in his office, Lewis.
Yeah.
He's got a trophy.
Yeah.
I'm not a big trophy guy.
Put a pacifier in his mouth.
Put a bonnet on him.
Yeah.
Wah.
Fucking bitch-ass baby boar.
We'll take our last break right now, and then we'll take this bitch to the very, very bitter end. Sitting here with Louis J. Gomez for Dan Soder. I'm Big Jay Oakerson, and this is The Bonfire.
Hi, this is Kyle Dunnigan.
And this is Donald Trump. You're listening to The Bonfire with Big Jay Oakerson, okay, and Dan Soder. Terrific guys. Both total losers.
Onyx Wednesdays, right here on The Bonfire. Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. Dan Soder's across the country. Sitting in for him, the hilarious Louis J. Gomez, the Puerto Rican rattlesnake. Hashtag the show.
Yeah. What's up, guys? So happy to be here. Check out Legion of Skanks, guys. That's really all I'm here to do is promote the Legion of Skanks show. If you enjoy what me and Jay are doing here today, check out Legion of Skanks.
Oh, turn it up, Lou. TV's Blade, everybody.
He's handsome.
Sticky fingers?
Yeah.
He's got that lazy eye, though. It's goofy.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But, you know, I'm looking at some of these pictures. He looks like a handsome guy. Got a nice smile.
Yeah, he's got
not what you would call a handsome man.
He's got goof eye. Hey, here's some great news. In the light of all the crime we've been talking about here, Sean in California would like to say that he got laid because of me. I'd like to know why that is. Sean?
Hey, Big J. Mr.
What's up,
Gomez,
bud?
what's going on, guys? Crackle.
Crackle, dude. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? Hey, so a couple years ago, I saw you in D.C. with this girl I was seeing at the time, and you did this bit where I guess you were practicing karate, and then I guess you had a dream you're practicing karate, and you end up, I guess, dreaming about jerking off 12 dudes, but it was cool because you were like not putting it away, like stroking back, not stroking forward.
Yep. Yeah, classic.
So, yeah, it was fucking great.
One of my favorite old Big J bits.
Yeah,
he's doing it no service right now.
No, it's good. I still do it from time, but I don't tell the joke. I tell it. I do a little thing where I tell it backwards.
You do a thing about the joke. Yeah,
I do a thing about the joke.
Yeah. I mean, can I? The joke goes, you had to learn karate like the Karate Kid through a series of household chores, except your chore was vacuuming the carpet. So every day you'd vacuum the carpet, you'd practice. And the next day you went to school, you did not kick or punch, but you jerked off 12 dudes in a row.
Yeah.
That's the joke. This is how much I used to fucking look up to Big J, is that I can literally do his entire act verbatim from back in the day.
I'm sorry I let you down.
Well, not now. It's easier. Now it's like, do you have pussy hair? Do you have a big dick? Have you fucked a black guy?
Well, have they? Did you know that going in? If they did? Do you know if they had pussy hair? Hey, everyone. Who's got black dick? Thank you. You guys have been amazing. Thank you, everybody.
Everyone's fucking baby boars. It's a baby boar fucking party.
So I was doing the joke. You were with a girl?
Yeah, so with the girl, we had a great time, loved your show, drinks were flowing, had an awesome time. She could talk about nothing about you all night. So I was like, yeah, I might know the guy. I think I met him sometime, in the past. I could probably look him up sometime. So, I had to invoke the name of Jay. But what can I say, man? One thing led to another, and a year and a half later, she's now my fiance. So if anyone randomly...
Yeah!
Oh, dude, I'm so glad I did not go. Did you pork that pig?
Yeah. Did you put a thumb in that whore's butt?
I bet she loved it. What an animal. She's probably getting fucked by all these guys right now.
Sean, that's so cool. You guys are getting married, huh?
Yeah, brother, but hey, real quick, speaking of hog stories, so, a buddy of mine was in 4-H in high school, and, we lived up in the north side of California in this little cow town, and he tried to slaughter a pig on his own. And in his barn, and that part in Carrie where, the little girl gets all the blood or red shit on her face?
Yeah.
Well, he goes to slit the throat, and his sister was right there, and she got fucking sprayed with pig blood all over, man. It was fucking nuts, dude.
That's such hillbilly stories. Hearing any of that stuff, like,
did she start rubbing it into her tits? That's what I imagine.
That's so hot. Murder makes me so wet. I'm gonna come. Murder makes me so wet, dude. Sean, thanks for the call, brother. And it went from such a good thing to such a bad thing. He goes, so now I'm engaged to that woman. And then we squirted pig's blood on some chick.
Yeah.
Thanks for the call, Sean. That's such cool. I like hearing when love develops. That's what I think. That's there's a lot of the like Twitter followers and the fans and stuff, like they do relationships start. It's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, I was thinking about this the other day. It's like if you've been listening to our shows, you know, the Bonfire's a little bit newer, but you've been doing Legion of Skanks for going on 6 years.
Yeah.
I mean, you've listened to us develop. Like, you've listened to me go from not having a child to having a child.
I think you're going to say abs. From not having abs to having abs to not having abs again.
That's also true. But it's pretty crazy. It's like all like, you know, there's like a public timestamp of all this shit happening.
Dave Smith, though, right on the same road, most consistent.
Yeah, he's done nothing.
No, yes, he has. Dave's got a wonderful career of like Fox News stuff. He's so like ingrained in that scene, man. It's so cool. Right? He's so fucking smart and good at it. We have the list here we want to go through of the top 10 racist cities. And I want to hear what they are. You have any guesses, Lewis?
They're based off of hate crime stats.
Is that what it is based off of,
Christine?
Yes.
You have a microphone.
Sorry. I have it right
Hate
here.
crime stats. See, that's an interesting variable.
Is that what it's based off of?
They're based off of hate crime stats, and then also they say that in these places a lot of hate crimes go unreported because they kind of just let them slide a little bit. But yeah, these are based off
because it's
hate
such a
crime.
racist place. They just let it go. Okay.
It's going to be all Southern. But then again, I think it's also more, can I tell you why I think it's going to end up being a little bit more liberal places? Because they're actually going after the hate crime angle on it. I almost feel like you go to these redneck country bumpkin towns, they're like, well, yeah, boy, what were you doing walking through that neighborhood? And they'll like side with the whites.
I'm going to go with Menard, Texas.
That's the place that has a sign, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What's the sign?
It says, nigger, don't let the sun go down on you in Menard. That is a actual street. Remember, I used to have a joke about that. It's like not a street sign that some lunatic went and hammered into the ground.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. It's like, welcome to the city of Menard. And then that. It was like, I by the way, that's here. I've heard that to be completely true. Pretty bonkers, though, if that's the case. But I bet like Lubbock, Texas, something like that. I mean, it's got those Texas.
It's got to be all those like really. And no offense to the Southern listeners, I know we got a few of them listening. I don't even.
There's a ton of them listening.
I'm not even hating on you. Okay, be racist. Who gives a shit?
Well, I don't know if the listeners are wild racists.
Some of them are.
Yeah, it's be hard. We're not.
There's some of them are racist, Jay.
Oh, I'm sure there's someone who listens who are racist for sure.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting thing when I was on tour with Korn. That like when white supremacists come to the show, I'd ask those guys, I'm like, you guys are so like. I mean, Korn was called rap rock at a point. I'm like, it's so weird that you have like white supremacists coming to the show.
Yeah, Fieldy is
he's a Puerto Rican rattlesnake. No, but I mean, any guesses on a city?
I'll
say Lubbock. I think Menard's not in there. So
I'm going to tell you
Texas.
Austin, Texas, and I'm going to tell you why because I know it's all hipstery now, right?
Sure is.
But those are the people that are going. If that was a hate crime, we need to prosecute that.
Okay.
So I feel like those are the people that would be looking for the hate crime.
Is racist? Would someone be considered racist if it's like? Because now, if we're taking it over to gay, anti-gay shit, San Fran might be up.
That's not gay's not a race.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not counting that. It wouldn't say it's if it was like of hate crimes against gays. Would that go in the thing of racist?
I'm going to say St. Paul.
You just saw it, you piece of shit.
That's St. Paul, Missouri.
It's St. Paul, Minneapolis. St. Paul, Minnesota. Is that what it is, right? St. Paul, Minnesota?
Yep, that's number 10.
St. Paul, Minnesota.
Hang on. So that's what it says here. The police have they're a little lenient for some of the encounters on hate crimes. St. Paul, Minnesota. That surprises me. That surprised me very much. I've been out there. That's
I've never been.
That doesn't seem like any kind of like real like.
Never been. A lot of hate in St. Paul, though. You hear that, St. Paul?
One half the twin. So is Minneapolis going to be in there too, or is like once you cross that state line, it's all good? Whenever I go, you know what they tell me? That when I go to Minnesota, they're always like, there's a lot of Somalis here. That's their big thing.
Yeah.
Somalis.
They are hungry. Don't feed them.
Somalis.
Do not feed the Somalis.
All right, what else we got?
This one surprised me.
Las Vegas, number 9.
Yeah.
That's surprising, too. I don't know, man. It is a pretty white place, though.
Well, you know what it is, though? You got to understand, there's other factors here. The amount of alcohol that is involved in Vegas, people that are partying in Vegas. Have you ever been to Vegas? It's a bunch of douchebags, right? So, alcohol's flowing, people are out there doing their thing.
I've only been twice. You've been there more than I have.
I've been there a bunch. Black and white guy get into a fight. You know, white guy calls a black guy the N-word. Maybe he's not necessarily racist, but it goes down as a hate crime. Makes a little bit of sense to me.
Just drunken gambling people, huh?
Yeah.
It was all because of this terrible, awful Negro.
Hey, come on.
They don't call it blackjack there. They call it Negro Jack.
Negro Jack?
Yeah.
Hit me. 8. Yeah, you're nodding your head on this, Merc face. Why? You had a feeling on this one.
I think there's going to be more Midwest than we assumed.
Oh, I assumed it was going to be. I thought.
I don't think it's going to be that much south.
I feel like a Des Moines, Iowa. I think when you get south, it's going to be like really like Texas south, parts of Florida. I bet are in there. Indianapolis, number 8.
Indianapolis was big anti-gay too, right?
Are they the ones that were like?
Wasn't there saying with the pizza, like they wouldn't sell pizza to people because they were gay, and it was like okay.
Yeah, you don't want fucking dude buttholes all over your pizzas. I get it.
Like you could refuse service to gay people.
Finally. I'm tired of giving them all my services.
I just assume that there's cum in all of my pizza, and once you just accept that, you kind of enjoy pizza a little bit more.
And then you realize how gay you yourself are.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I love cum pizza. Kansas.
What?
That's right.
Sarah McMahon's called it.
Did she call Kansas?
Yeah.
Oh, well, she's from Kansas.
Yeah.
And a raging racist.
That's where the Westboro Baptist Church is.
You're not in Kansas anymore,
It's in Kansas?
Spick.
That's what it says. You'll find the angry Westboro Baptist Church here and some evidence of KKK supporters.
Wow, that's pretty impressive that it's only down to 7. That means somewhere else has to be all fucked up because that Westboro Baptist Church.
Well, they hate gays, not blacks.
They're only gays, right?
I'm sure they hate blacks too.
I'm sure they got a thing with blacks.
Next on the list, Hanganigger, Missouri.
Phoenix.
That's the name of a country.
Oh yeah, Arizona's bad.
But that's fucking. It's all college.
No, it's all that border shit though.
Oh yeah, and isn't that where fucking and Phoenix isn't also that where that what's that judge? Or not the judge, the sheriff, Sheriff Joe
Arpaio.
Oh yeah.
And it's also if there's a lot of Mexicans and you're mixing them with a lot of whites, they're going to get into fights.
Yeah,
and that ain't right.
Yeah, that's right. You got to think of the actual kind of racism. That's probably much less black racism and much more Hispanic racism.
Yeah.
It says hate crimes grown 125% since 2006.
Well, I did my part. I did everything I can do when I was out there.
It's not that hate crime has grown; it's that it's become more of a thing via social media, and it's something that people are super hyper aware of. So people are more willing to call hate crime today than they were 10 years ago. Hate crime wasn't a part of the vernacular the same way that it is today 10 years ago.
Also, Mexicans reproduce like gremlins, so there's a lot more of them to hate crime against.
Yeah.
5. L.A. Surprise, surprise. Well, not Christine. She was chugging black dick left and right. She did her part to not be racist.
No,
good job, Christine.
Not in L.A.
Not in L.A.?
No.
Oh.
She couldn't get those high-end black dudes.
Would you whack off black dudes in L.A.?
I think one.
You think?
Yes, no,
you remember?
one. Yeah.
Remember that one hand job you gave where your thumb didn't touch your middle finger?
Not to completion.
Not to completion? Remember that only one hand job you came where your thumb didn't touch your middle finger? Remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was black.
Oh.
You did your part. Oh, but that's weird. As I say, though, that surprises me. Wasn't your first beach to a fucking white supremacist?
Yeah, one of them, yeah.
I think it's white supremacist.
White supremacist?
White supremacist.
I think both would work.
No. I think it's white supremacist. I think I used to say white supremacist, and then a lot of people made fun of me, and then I was like, you know what? You guys are right. Fine.
Let's look it up.
Yeah.
That's why we have the internet.
Oh, it corrected me.
Supremacist.
Yeah, it's supremacist.
White supremacist?
Yeah.
Not supremacist. White Supremes.
The White Supremes, my favorite Supremes. It's just like the Supremes, except they're white.
Yeah. Baby love, my baby love, I need you, oh how I need you.
Love.
Don't something break my heart, whoa.
Hey guys, we don't need to do this. We can be lawyers.
Get off the black Supremes, Lou. Los Angeles. Wow.
Yeah, LA is a crazy segregated place. So it's like we have the thing like driving while black. Like if you see a black guy driving around in the neighborhood I grew up in, you're like, what? It's like, what are they doing here?
That's very.
Torrance
you're out there on the berm though, but inside Los Angeles, all the white kids live in Little Havana and Little fucking Syria. What are they all called? Like Little.
Armenia?
What's your Little Armenia? Your crazy place.
Yeah.
My friend Mike lived in Little. Something like that. But
it's still segregated when you get into Compton, Watts, all that. There's a line in a Ice Cube song where he says, "Don't go to court in Torrance," and that's where in the movie they would have them crushed down against the ground because it really is a very racist place.
What has to happen for a black person or Hispanic people beating up a white person to get it called a hate crime? Is that to be like a jumping?
Well, that happened.
Like an actual jumping?
Those four people that kidnapped that mentally handicapped guy got charged with a hate crime. It's yeah. I mean, it's
What kind of handicap was it?
No, the guy who got kidnapped.
Because it was a Down syndrome. Because you can't hate on them; they're adorable.
They're cute. They're strong.
Are they?
Yeah.
Did you try to fight a Downsy kid once?
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it, bro.
Fucked you up, dude.
I'll warn you of very few things in the world. That's one of them.
You're going to also look stupid because, people are going to also make fun of you for getting beat up by a Downs kid.
What were you going to say? They kidnapped...
It was a huge story, Jay. Where have you been?
I'm sorry.
The four black kids, they kidnapped a mentally handicapped person and were like, yeah, fuck Trump, and beat him up for days, and Facebook Lived it.
But I do remember that. Yes, I got that. I remember that. But I'm saying more of but again, that goes hate crime mostly because he's white and, do you know what I mean? White and handicapped.
I think
I'm saying just like a white dude walking down the street gets fucking attacked by a black guy who even says wrong neighborhood motherfucker. Yeah. I don't think it's called a hate crime.
It's just not really. I would still. You're right. I think it happens less often. People use that term on that side a little less often, but it's still better to be white.
Well, what's the Scientology? Remember, the kid threw a brick through the window of Scientology, and they're calling that a hate crime because it's against religion.
Against a religion.
Yeah.
Do you think it happens more that black people get beat up for being the wrong name? I mean, now, in present times.
No.
Then black people beating up white people for walking through the wrong neighborhood.
You can't even say this, right? I love the freedom that I have because I am Puerto Rican, okay? So
barely.
I call it like I see it, okay? I'm telling you right now, black people, I talk about this in my act.
You really slouch down your chair. You're like, people, let's get real here for a second.
Let's get real ass for a minute. Let's get hashtag the show. I talk about this in my act. White people and black people are really comfortable kind of being racist against each other in front of Hispanic people. So black people are very comfortable yeah, fuck that white boy, white devil. And for my whole life, black people that I've known growing up have been very comfortable. And then white people have been very comfortable being yeah, these fucking darkies, they need to get out of my neighborhood. So they both have this camaraderie with me, so I watch it happen. Way more often, black people are just openly racist and acceptably racist toward white people, openly hateful toward gays. Oh, I mean, literally, it's a legitimate issue. White people, I feel bad because you guys have to just literally go, it's not happening. Or you sound like the assholes going, all lives matter. You guys don't have the ability to do it. But I'm telling you right now, black people are very openly racist toward white people in the hood and in poor, uneducated areas. And not only so much so that it's extremely accepted. You can call somebody a white boy, but yo, what up, white boy? And it's not even nobody.
Oh yeah, I've said it all the time. That's what white boy is a term that I've always taken umbrage with, and I don't I don't know if I've ever corrected anybody about it. I do find it funny that if you just switch out white for black, talking to a black person, call someone a black boy that would be a problem. That would be an immediate.
As a girl,
problem.
You get snowflake.
Huh?
As a girl, you get snowflake.
Where'd you get that?
Bushwick.
A white girl.
When you were fucking hand jobbing off black dudes all over Los Angeles, the most racist.
No, that's just passing through Bushwick.
Jay, is there a story that I'm missing right now about Christine jerking off a black guy yesterday or something?
Did you jerk off a black guy yesterday?
Literally 15 years ago.
Am I missing the story? Did you jerk off a black guy yesterday?
Wait a minute. Was it 15 white years ago or 15 black years ago?
Yeah. That's a lifetime in black years.
White years.
All right, number 5 is Los Angeles. Let's go find out number 4. We have to get out of here. We're out of here in minutes.
Oh, look at that.
New York City.
Yep. I told you these liberal places, these are the people that are going to be crying hate crime.
Oh, turn that up, Lou. So if I were in a shining place, we'll make our bed and we'll say our
It's also
grace.
like places that have a lot of mixes. There's a lot of people in New York City on top of each other. There's a lot of brown people and gay people and white people. They're all mixed. We're all in the same subway car. It's like, get away from me, darky.
It's funny, but it's
all
almost...
I want to do, I'm like, everyone, get away from me.
It's almost my argument with the list then. I don't know if these should be called... These may be the places where a lot of hate crimes happen, but not the most racist cities. Like, I think the places we're talking about, like, when you're thinking about the Iowas and all those kind of places, are probably more racist places because there's not so much diversity. It seems like they're picking a lot of places, some of them, for the most part, that have diversity.
It's ranked by
hate crimes. Yeah, so it's not... I think the word racist, I think there's the 10 most high volume of race crimes.
Jay, we're back to square one. We've learned nothing.
Well, keep going. Let's get the last 3, and then we got to get the F out of here. Today, Seattle. Lewis,
What?
where you want to go?
My favorite place in the world is the 3rd most racist place in this country.
Yeah. Yo, Spick, don't eat my Seattle dog. That's the white man's cream cheese and onions on it.
Does that cream cheese look black? Does that cream cheese look black?
Me and you laughing when they said something, when the Scarborough said something about Spigot.
We're just children. We're
such children.
We are really just
Like,
fucking
whoa,
dumb
Lewis,
children.
You're just going to take that shit?
I have another list. It's just these are the 10 cities in Alabama with the most KKK members, and it's just all Alabama.
That's another day. And then we'll rank them like we did the cheerleaders.
Number 2?
Number 2 today. Boston. That I thought I'd been number 1. I forgot with that. Gingers hate body. And number 1, Columbus, Ohio.
How is Philly not on here?
Because we're good people.
Because the cops are scared to help.
They don't report any. You know why? Because the cops don't take any reports of hate
Because
crimes.
if Philly snitches get stitches.
That's why. Because every time they go, I didn't report a hate crime. Like, the fuck out of here, you Moignon. The fuck out of this goddamn thing before another hate crime happens. Columbus, Ohio. Congratulations.
How long has this taillight been broken? That taillight's not broken.
It's broken now, boy. Louis J. Gomez, I fucking love you. Thank you for being here with us today. Louis, of course, you can catch hosting the Roast Masters NYC every other Tuesday at the Stand in New York City. And also, make sure you listen to Louis. Christine, please, with the plugs.
I'm trying. They went away.
They didn't go away. You're failing at your job. Everyone's been talking about it. Yeah, plugs.
That's all right, I got it. Countdown, Sirius XM
I
Rush.
do it. Also, make sure you listen to Louis as he hosts the Countdown with Michael Bisping on Sirius XM Rush 93, and you can, of course, hear the Real Ass Podcast and Legion of Skanks that we do together, which we're on our way to right now at GasDigitalNetwork.com. Make sure you follow Louis at Louis J. Gomez on Twitter. Dan Soder, of course, is going to be at Laughs in Seattle this Friday, January 27th, and Saturday, January 28th. Go to dansoder.com for tickets. And if you want to check me out this weekend, me and the other third of the Legion of Skanks, Dave Smith, are going to be performing at the Comedy Zone in Charlotte, North Carolina, this Thursday, January 26th through Saturday, January 28th. Go to bigjcomedy.com for tickets. Let's fill it up. Skanks fans, campers, come out, see me and Dave Smith at the Comedy Zone in Charlotte. Follow us, of course, at the Bonfire SXM on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. For Christine, Lou, Merkface, and, of course, Jacob and Dan, who are not with us today, it's the Bonfire. We'll catch you next week. Crackle, crackle.